What's up? So this is one of my favorite Twosuns, I believe. I've been waiting for this to get here. And nah, it's not the one I thought. This is a newer Twosun. Okay. Well, you just never know, right? Let's get in this thing though. Yeah, this is a newer model, and you already know it's up on the video. I do not know at this particular juncture, but I'm about to find out. I mean, I'm familiar with the model. I can see it through the bag. I don't know the number, but I can tell you already that I thought that this knife was much bigger than this. And so I'm happy, right, out of Jump Street, hey, with these Twosuns, I never know what I'm actually getting, right, until you get them out of that box and mess with them. But this is much smaller than I thought it was. I thought it was just like there's this trend right now with Twosun sort of to just make these big hulking knives. And they're cool and all, but they're not very practical, in my opinion. Now, if you're looking for a monster of a pocket knife, they can be, very practical. But if you're just looking for a regular carryable knife, all right, we've got some information here. Let's look at it. So this is a ts463 and M390, and this carbon fiber is, I believe that's copper in there. It's full of copper, and it is milled wonderfully. Wow. And it's a Moswan design, so it's not a ball, but boy, it's sure close to the ball. But I won't prejudge it. No, I won't. All right, let's get this blade out. Looks like it's only from these fullers, so I'm going to try it with the thumb first. Yeah. Wow, is that nice. And then, yeah, okay. Man, snappy. Mm-mm-mm. I mean, there's a lot to like here. Beautiful satin M390. These carbon fiber inlays, full titanium backspacer going on here. Well, let's get in it. I got a T10 in there. Make a little switch. Yeah, this knife is much smaller than my impression of it, what I thought was going on here. Pretty sure that's got to come. Let me get these screws here. No. And no. Yeah, those just go all the way through. So I think I just gotta wiggle. Wiggle and get them separated. Let's get a little assist. It's not wanting to cooperate, right? Let me get my other pry bar. It's a little thicker. I think if I tap these out, this will go easier for me. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this in and then give it a tap. And then I'm going to tap this other one because those tube nut spacer deals, they're pinching the knife together 100%. That's what's going on there. So I'm going to tap this other one a little bit, get it motivated to get out of there. Here. See, you can see both of these now extended out. And I could probably pull this one out once I get the screw out of it. Ooh. Not quite pulling it out, but see there, just by tapping those now, I've come apart. Yep, and just, everything, I mean, it's a testament to good fit and finish. Everything's tight and machined well with tight tolerances, and yep. Don't need this, don't need this. Yeah, see, even still on the back spacer here. But I know I'm going to want to pull this carbon fiber scale, just because I already know, like you might not be able to see it, but let me get it closer. There is a ton of oil just weeping out from behind there, so I'm going to want to get that off and wipe all that oil out of there. Or every time the knife's handled, it's going to weep oil. You know what I mean? Yeah, we are fit really tight here. There we go. There it is. Whew. Yep. Yeah, it's completely full of oil back there. Look at that vein of copper in there. How cool is that? I wonder if I just tap that, if the insert goes. Yeah, the insert and the clip will come. So we're recessed pretty deeply into the carbon fiber. Got, 4 straight lines really. So, I mean, as long as that screw stays tight, this should be okay. It's not optimum though. Embedding pocket clips that are going to take sideways pressure into carbon fiber or G10, All right, well, let's wipe it all down. Get rid of all this excess oily stuff. Very nice piece of M390 right here. Beautiful finish on there. Wonderful tool steel looking. It's got that old school tool steel look, like a craftsman's ratchet or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, beautiful. You don't see that on everything anymore. Like, quality tools used to always be made like that. And of course, that steel, to this day, I still have some of those, and they're not corroded or rusted. Look, I mean, they look just like this today. Yeah, good quality stuff. Now, I'm not saying they're made out of M390, because that's clearly not the case. But it's just a really good look. I like it. Be interesting to see how this pocket clip works. I mean, it's a pretty small contact patch here, but it's definitely bigger than a ball. Ton of milling on there. There it is. Lots of milling on these scales too. Yep. And then there is a lot of texture in this carbon fiber. So it's milled. And I'd love to have that revealed in the camera. But it's got fine milling all on it. Not to mention the contouring, the little wave pattern that's in there. But there's fine milling. And it's very rough surface, grippy. Very nice. I like that. I like a grippy knife. All right, we got some little parts here. Yeah, this is not the knife that I thought was in that package, but that's okay. It'll come. I specifically bought the other one I'm talking about just so that I can kind of pimp it, kind of work it out for the channel. I'm excited to do it. Yeah, wonderful fit and finish on all this. Like, I can't even feel the transition from the titanium to the carbon fiber here along the back. It's wonderful. captured pivot. No collars. Did I wipe that? I did not. So full backspacer, almost full. I mean, it looks like 70 or 80% of the whole back of the knife. But then they milled a groove in it so that the blade can tuck up in there. I mean, thank you, right? Like, that's the way to do it, man. Give us a backspacer. We don't want blade contact when the knife is closed. Ooh, it's tight. Let's get it in there. There we go. Okay. Things are coming together. Internal stop pins on the blade and big ones. Yeah, look at the stop pin. Large. Runs in the milling in the titanium scale, both sides. It stops. Wonderful. I'm not gonna adjust the action. I mean, it was pretty good. It was slightly tight, I felt, but it created a very snappy detent for the thumb and the Spidey flick deployment. So I think I'm gonna go as is, and we'll see where we're at. I can always take it apart and adjust if I so choose, right? Yeah, we're gonna be faced with this alignment back here again. There we go. It actually went pretty smooth. Nice. Okay. All T8s. You know, I've never had carbon fiber crack on me, but, you know, in this situation with an inlay like that, I don't want to torque that down, like, unreasonably, you know? Like, it should be snug and tight, but I'm not putting foot-pounds of torque on that. Just snug. Oh, yeah, that action didn't need no influence from me. It's running wonderfully. Almost looks like I could tighten it a little bit more. Oh yeah. Yep. Blade centered. Very smooth, hydraulic, drop shut action. Let's talk about that action. So, Spidey flick, very intuitive. Doesn't take any additional effort. It's just got really good geometry for that opening function. Boom. Yeah, good bite for the finger up in there. It's not overly sharp, but it's definitely sharp enough to be a very reliable form of deployment. And then the thumb, additional, yeah, really intuitive. Just get there and throw the thumb and it's open. Like, doesn't take thought. I don't got to do it perfectly. Just get thumb in and go. Same thing with Spidey flick. Just, yeah, and then of course as soon as I say that, boom, I fail it. But yeah, very intuitive. I mean, I'm gonna say A-level action. I mean, it's just in these fullers. It is what it is. I can't say, Well, because it doesn't have a back flipper. I mean, I don't measure them like that. You know, it is what it is. So based on what it is, how well is it? Wow, you know, how good is it? And it's pretty darn good. Yeah, and for you know, like a handful knife, that thing runs really well. Let's talk about ergonomics. So the knife's going to kind of bunch me up here in this spot because I believe that, to me, this would be the primary grip, and I think that this grip was the afterthought. This knife feels extremely comfortable here, like the knife was built for this grip, and I'm not a fan of it. You know, I wish it was built for this, and in order to do that, the knife just like this had to go forward just slightly, or extend the knife just slightly. Um, yeah, so this is, I mean, this is okay. It's not bad. But this right here is excellent. That second finger just lines up right in there. These two on the back, plenty of room, like it's a full grip. And then the index finger just really plows in here. And there's still plenty of room to line up on this jimping. This is combat jimping right here. You dig into that, the only way past it is to release tension off of it or to shred your skin. That is combat stuff right there. Nice little amount of jimping on this back spacer right here. I mean, this knife, for this grip right here, this is gold. I mean, if you like a knife to do this right here, man, don't hold up on this. Make sure you get one of these before they go away, because as soon as you put this in hand, you're going to go, oh, this is money. Yeah, if you want a knife that's just going to go right in this spot, I mean, it's done well. It's just not, you know, it's not for me. I'm not a fan. But for what it is, it's wonderful. Yeah, it's excellent. This here, right? I mean, it's just as comfortable as it could possibly be. Very intuitive. The pocket clip disappears. Excellent ergonomics right here. This reverse grip, you know, it's good, but here again, everything's kind of coming up short going there. You know, like I'm just short. Now, is it designed to go here? This is awkward. That's not right. So I think it's designed here, but it's just a little, I don't know, it just feels a little short and a little awkward, and then not this at all. Yeah. So you know, I mean, the ergonomics are good on it. I don't hate this, but it's so far back that it's pushing me off the edge of the knife. Like this is like a three and a half finger grip for me. And you know, I guess I'm only saying what I'm saying because this feels just not quite great, but this feels amazing. Yeah, I'm just not about that. You know, I don't like it. I'm not a fan. Um, Pocket clip. Let's find out if this new design, a little larger contact patch than the ball. See how this thing runs and works. So that was wonderful. Yeah, and it's going to be an F5 clip. I already know the amount of tension sliding up in there with what was created there. The space in here narrowed up to the back, and so it really did pinch this knife down. It's got this nice cutout here to grab onto, so if I was to reach down to get this out of my pocket, yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, very intuitive, excellent tension. Putting this away in my pockets, one hand. Yeah, very nice. Got, you know, a little over a half an inch sticking out, but it's not unattractive. A lot of milling going on there. You know, it's actually a really quality looking piece. I like it. Let's try standard jean size material here. Yeah, there's not a lot of tension here. I'm pretty sure that would just shake out of the pocket. Like if I ran, yeah, just come right out. There's no tension on that clip there. And then my spot in my back pocket, my back right pocket towards the outside. If it did it here, I'm pretty sure it's going to do it here as well. Yeah, so it held on to this little seam that I have. If you were wearing standard jeans or whatever, it would probably just pop out. Like that little seam held it in there. But yeah, on a pair of standard jeans, this doesn't have near enough tension to hold it in. It's long. There's not a lot of tension on it. Could I put tension on it? I definitely could. I'd take it out of there and bend it a little bit, put a little tension on it. What the heck. Okay, so all I did was take it off, and then with my hands, I just put a little bit of an arc on it. You can probably see it there. And so that little bit of curve, now when I tighten this down, it's going to create more tension. And it was very easy to do. Didn't need pliers or anything. And as I tighten that, it should also straighten that out on the knife so that it doesn't have this big bow in it. But it should create the tension, so we'll see. Yeah, so just the slightest little bow in that clip now. And there is a ton of tension on there. So let's see, standard size jean material. Oh yeah, yeah, it's on there now. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. Definitely a dryer clip now. Just need a little bit of tension. And I mean, could you put a little less than what I put on there? I mean, I didn't put a lot, but you know, maybe just slightly tweak it a little bit might have been enough. But man, it's in there now. I mean, I probably could flatten it out just a slight hair like so. Take just a little bit off of it. But yeah, it's legit now. I like it. All right, let's check safety. Like I said, full backspacer, and they literally covered all the way to the edge of the blade. See that? So I know that they were safe back here because they designed this backspacer to completely cover that blade. And then they milled it and grooved it so that the blade could sit low in the knife and deep down into that backspacer. So very nice. And then I could see that the tip is very recessed. There's no way I'm going to get to that. So the clip is great. The tip is good. And I can handle this knife any way I want as long as the blade is closed and it's a safe piece to handle. Yeah, no sharp part contact. Let's check these sharp parts. I mean, it's tall, flat grind. Yeah, crazy sharp, crazy sharp. I don't need to demonstrate that anymore. Yeah, wonderful. All right. Well, price and availability. I mean, what are these going for? The ts463 and M390. I might have seen this on White Mountain Knives recently. Yeah, so I did see it on White Mountain Knives, and it's a ts463. I think I said ts483, but it's a 463. And White Mountain Knives does have this. It's in stock, and it's like $129 if you use the discount code down below. Brings this down to like $112, and that's no tax, free shipping. So, I mean, if this looks like something you'd want, like this profile, this look right here, if that looks attractive to you, man, I'd say don't hesitate because all of this is very grippy. Everything's locked in. I mean, I didn't talk about the grip, but you know, not so confident, confident, very confident. I'm going to come up a little bit shy of confident. I'm not sure that, you know, it's just odd back here. And I definitely think that this was the primary, you know, up here. Yeah, and it's wonderful in that space, man. If you're good with a choke up knife, man, this thing's legit. Very nice. All right. Yeah, hey, could you get one at auction cheaper? I'm not sure. I think at the time of this video, they're still running some live auctions. You know, maybe you can get it for around $100, but $112 seems pretty reasonable if you're down with the ergonomics, because everything else about this thing is gorgeous. That carbon fiber, it's got that copper in it. I mean, you know, you can see the milling in it as well, the tiny micro milling. Same thing, micro milling all over the titanium on the pocket clip as well. Just micro milling everywhere. Wonderful. Yeah, it's a cool piece, man. I appreciate y'all watching.